really cannot decide between Four Fingers or Subway. Subway, Four Fingers, Subway, Four Fingers, Subway, Four Fingers.
Okay.
I get your this one.
Chicken burger?
Yes, chicken burger.
Do you want to upsize the drink and fries? And may I take away?
Taking away, please.
Taking away.
Yes. Four Fingers is probably one of the most underrated fast food here in Singapore. And also my favorite fast food items, McDonald's milkshake. Since I'm home, I'm gonna get naked and change to something more comfortable. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm comfortable now. Looks like a war zone in here. And this is why I can never be a food panda delivery rider. Look at the chicken, man. Not many Singaporeans really know this, but Four Fingers is actually a Singaporean fast food joint. They describe themselves as a fusion of Asian and American food, which probably explains the kimchi, burgers with drumlets. Oh gosh, these are awesome. That's a big package for just a burger. Watch me take a bite out of this. Apparently, Zah has raised something with me about our last vlog. As you can remember, me and him, we were on our bikes exploring Old Upper Thomson Road. After I uploaded the vlog into YouTube and watched it, there was a particular scene that he highlighted to me. So we're gonna roll the scene now. Okay, let's roll the scene.
Dah sampai apa ni, our destination, kedai-kedai kopi. Kita lepak minum sekali. Dia kata, kau tahu tak kenapa aku suruh kau pecut tadi? Asal tadi aku nampak kat pokok-pokok ada benda ikut kita tau. Benda putih. Sekali aku dengar, aku dengar macam.
From my experience, when I was there, I didn't really feel anything or saw anything unusual other than the leaves dropping. I did look, but after that, that was that. I mean, it didn't give me any chills whatsoever. While I was editing the vlog itself and looking through the footage, I had to look at the footage at least 5 to 6 times. But it didn't really dawn on me, you know, until I uploaded the video to YouTube and Zah watched it, and he highlighted that particular scene to me where the leaves are dropping. He said he had chills at that time, which he didn't say at all on that day. After he said that, I went back to see the vlog. I suddenly got the chills. Not only that, that was after the part whereby he said that his friend saw something following him in the trees. It's quite eerie. Suddenly got the chills after watching the scene again. So coincidental or not, you be the judge. So, today me and Zah, we're gonna explore another haunted road in Singapore, Mount Pleasant Road. Today is the 9th of September, and is the final day of the Hungry Ghost festival. I'm not Chinese, so forgive me if I illustrated this wrongly. So during this period, the gates of hell are open, and the spirits will be wandering into the human world in search of entertainment, food, and usually these spirits are ancestors of the Chinese families. Some of them will be giving up their offerings to them. They'll be burning hell money, items to appease their ancestors. This festival is unique to Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan and China. For the Chinese community especially, I guess you can say this is the Asian version of Halloween. So anyway, me and Zal will be exploring Mount Pleasant Road tonight, and we don't know what's gonna happen, so we shall see. So I'm waiting for Zah in Masjid Omar Sama at Jalan Mashhur in Mount Pleasant. This is one of the few kampung mosques left in Singapore. This place really has a rustic kampung charm to it. It's a rare sight to see a kampung mosque here in Singapore nowadays. Salam. Dah sampai pun. Wah, dah potong rambut. Lawa handsome.
Mana ada handsome botak.
So guess who finally came? Zah.
Okay.
I've spoken to the caretakers of the mosque. They unable to furnish the history of the boss so they gave me the contact of the mosque chairman, I think. Due to the timing, I don't want to call him around this time. So we're gonna base the history on what I found on the long and winding road by Jerome Lim. So thank you for the info. So this mosque was built sometime in the 1970s, and it was built to serve Kampung Cintai, which has since been demolished, and its residents were resettled to Ang Mo Kio, but the mosque has since remained. From what it says here, Haji Buang Masradin, he was instrumental in getting the land to build the mosque, and after he went to his Hajj, he changed his name to Haji Mashhur, in which the road next to the mosque was named after him. The caretakers were kind enough to offer us some tea, and after this we're gonna go explore Mount Pleasant and Bukit Brown. Oh yeah, one more thing we forgot to show you. This mosque has a really nice aviary.
Well, the birds are asleep.
The birds are asleep, but at least it looks nice.
Aku rasa macam Top Gear siul. I feel like a Top Gear. Jalan dulu.
Dah nampak muka kau. Kau nak jalan dari sana ke dari sini?
I feel like I'm in Top Gear. I'm doing a shoot for Top Gear, you know? Richard Hammond. I'm Richard Hammond.
We are along Jalan Mashhur, and what you see behind us is the Shell station of the Bukit Brown MRT. So when this place gets further developed, right, this station most likely will be built up also lah.
Serious? Ada nak buat Bukit Brown MRT ke sini?
This is Bukit Brown MRT. Just let you know.
Kecoh siul. That must be the haunted shit, man.
So the Circle Line does run under this road. We have just arrived at the Severe Police Mess. along Mount Pleasant Road, and it's not only reserved to the police force but open to public. There's a restaurant, and I've seen people have their weddings here.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty nice place.
Yes, this most of the official police functions will be conducted here. When I was serving NS during my training, I was police force. There was one time my squad and a couple of other squad, we had to do saikang work. Fatigue. In the police we call it fatigue. Saikang work lah. You angkat-angkat kursi semua. You know, carry stuff from
Police Academy
store up to here,
to the police.
And behind here there's a staircase. I can't remember
that leads to the police academy, is it?
Yes, and if you go down, it connects. You will end up at the range, shooting range.
I see. Damn bright, yeah. I find it strange that along Mount Pleasant Road there's the staff quarters for the Royal Malaysian Customs. I find it very weird, and it's also located at a very ulu and eerie place. And from what I'm observing outside, right, there seems to be nobody here, so I don't think it's occupied by anybody right now. We are currently on Riyadh Road, and it's the home to
Ridley Road Detention Center.
Yeah, where Mas Selamat notoriously escaped from. So as you can see, it's off limits to the public, and it's damn dark. So I don't know whether we are allowed to go inside even, but it looks scary though.
As you can see, this is the end of the Onriad Road. Okay, it's blocked here, but Onriad Road can be also accessed from the PIE towards Toa Payoh. In the police academy, we are forbidden to bring in outside food. But my company, I'm Delta Koi, we have the privilege to order KFC, Pizza Hut, Canadian. Every time payday comes in, budak-budak ramai-ramai
beli.
Nanti kau tengok. Lepas tu kalau budak-budak Koi lain nak tumpang order Pizza Hut, no. Kita tak bagi. No way. This privilege is only for us. If anything happens to you guys get caught, we'll get the shit. Lepas cakap?
Aku lupa cakap.
Okay.
Our next destination will be Bukit Brown Cemetery. Hopefully nothing happen to us. We are currently in Lorong Halwa, the entrance of Bukit Brown Cemetery. I don't know if you can see the gate, but it's quite dark, and it looks really scary. I mean, a project going on.
Beside it. It still looks a bit eerie. Especially considering that we are the only people here on this road.
So just to let you know, this hoarding next to us is the very controversial project that the Land Transport Authority has done. Is the viaduct that is cutting across Bukit Brown Cemetery. It will be completed in a few years' time. There's a car coming in. So as you know, today is the last day of the Hungry Ghost Festival. So there's a lot of people visiting Bukit Brown.
It's glad to know that we are not alone, but
yes.
We are in a car.
Yeah, we are motorbikes.
We are motorbike. We are exposed to the elements. And what's worse than being in a dark cemetery without knowing what's around you? It's all darkness, pure dark. The only fear I have is now wild dogs.
Spot a convoy going in. I think maybe we follow them. Come, we go and follow them. We're currently at Bukit Brown Cemetery, and we have left our
engines on. So in case of emergency, okay?
In case of emergency, no need to say what kind of emergency lah. You know, I know, okay?
So it's a bit just the two of us.
Padahal tadi bila kita masuk ada orang.
So tapi sekarang dah tak ada. So orang dia jalan. So kita we are in the middle of nowhere,
and our bikes are headed towards the exit actually. But I think we will tell you about the history of the place. I got this somewhere, and this Bukit Brown was named after George Henry Brown, an Englishman who came to Singapore in the 1840s, and while residing in Singapore, he owned land. Thus this place was named after him lah. And he also had a role to play in the naming of Mount Pleasant, because he thought the place was pleasant. Yeah, it says right here. So Bukit Brown turned into a Chinese cemetery sometime in the 1880s. All of it is Chinese burials. And today is the last day of the 7th month. From what we can see, there's a lot of
offerings
on the graves. Yeah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay. Alright. Are you? Shall we go? Okay,
we have left Bukit Brown Cemetery. From my experience, I don't feel anything.
Same lah, same. Eerie feeling is there, but the most scarier feeling that I had was the fear of being chased by dogs. You are deep inside the cemetery in total darkness, in sheer darkness, right? Only accompanied by our motorbikes, because I've heard stories of wild dogs roaming around the areas, and one of my friend had told me a story of National Service experience. They were doing some patrol around that place, then they were chased down by dogs. Luckily they were inside the vehicle, so it's not too bad, but to be chased by wild dogs in the middle cemetery in the middle of the night, it's no joking matter, man. We could have enjoyed the scenery in the daytime lah. So in the night, you cannot see anything. And the road was bad. And it was very rocky. It was very bumpy, uneven. Yes. Very uneven, bumpy, lots of potholes. If we were in the daytime, I would have enjoyed that ride.
But hey, this is called exploring scariest roads in Singapore. So it has to be done at night,
But if you ask me to do anything else, no, we are not going to do anything else, because we are not paranormal investigators. We are not ghost hunters. So we are just vloggers. We are just riders. We just want to explore. So don't expect anything scary or paranormal from us. No.
So that's all for today's vlog. Anyway, we'll see you all next time.